or morning rather. Saturday morning, just got back from seeing my son graduate, and I had the brown truck showed up while I was gone. I'm sorry I unboxed it all without you guys, but I'll show you what we got. This is let me put you on the tripod here. Alright. Sorry I unboxed it without y'all. I actually made a video on it, but I didn't like it, so I didn't save it. But this is, let's start with the truss. It's the Iron Rock off-road truss for the 825. It's a 1/4 inch thick plate. It's heavy as hell. It's got a cutout for the vent tube. Access for the brake line to get in there and monkey with that. Outside, this will be the rear, facing the rear of the Jeep. This is the front. But what we're going to do first with this is we're going to go ahead and tape up right here with a piece of tape. Piece of tape on all the weld spots, and just kind of fold it over and go ahead and paint this, especially on the inside, probably just the inside. Go ahead and paint all that in there and just tape up where I'm going to have to weld at, just to help it from bleeding rust, you know, down on the rear end, because it's going to be underwater a lot. So the first thing we'll do is paint this up on the inside, prime it and paint it, and tape it up where the welds is going to be, and we won't get any paint on that, save us from having to grind it. But this is a pretty beefy piece, and we're going to have our bump stops probably contact up in this area somewhere, wherever we decide, so when the rear end rolls up it'll be flat. I think that'll work good. I like it. It's beefy. They leave you these slits where you can fit it perfectly, and then just weld these up, and then weld spots here and there. Anyway, that's that. Now this, from Rough Stuff, this traction bar, anti-wrap bar, whatever you want to call it, is some really, this is a forever traction bar. 3/8 plate brackets. They're cut out with a plasma cutter. I know I could have cut these out myself, but by the time you buy a 3/8 plate and you just need that little bit, it's cheaper and easier just to buy it. That's your axle mounts. This is the lower link. This is like 2.5 inch, something like that. But that's about the same size as a Dana 30 axle tube. Right there. So that's the lower link. The upper link's 1.5 inch. DOM. Both of these are DOM, quarter wall. This will be the shackle. Little 2-inch shackle. It'll go up. I got to get a crossbar for the cross member. I think I got something around there that'll work. I think it's 2 inch. Yeah, this is like 2.5 inch. But this will go up to the cross member, like so. And then your shackle will go on a bushing, like so. To that, like that. Come with these are your bushing ends, same as this. So I'm going to today. I'm going to meet my son for dinner in Jacksonville. I'm going to get a hole saw this size where we can notch the tubing for these. But that's gonna be a beefy ass bar right there, man. No matter what we do, axle wise, you know, tire wise, ever, I don't think this will ever fail. It's bulletproof for sure. Comes with grade 8 bolts, fine thread with nylocks. But it's gonna go. Let's see if y'all can see it. Yeah. But this is going to be your lower link, and then what we'll do is we'll get it up under the Jeep, get it all positioned, and figure out where we want to put this bar that goes down to it like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go under the Jeep, and the same way you would do with a drag car, and I'm going to go up. It's right where the body rolls up for the rear end tunnel for it to go up in. We'll put the upper link to where it'll fold right up in that area there. It'll probably never get near that area on my Jeep, but I'm going to make it that way so where we don't have to worry about having any contact with the body when this thing flexes up. It's just going to go up wherever the body's flat at coming back. This is going to be flat. And we're just going to have this arranged to where it sits up in that hole up in there when it flexes. Same way you do with a car. But most car ladder bars are like this, all the way up. But this is so damn strong, that's so damn beefy, that we'll be able to run a little short run. Probably about middle ways of it's where it'll end up being. Maybe about right there, from the end down here to about right there. We'll weld that in there, and that'll be it. Now, let me take y'all off there and find the misalignment spacer I just dropped. Anywho, I'm gonna make the cross member probably out of 2-inch DOM like this, quarter wall. See what I got around back. I got some stuff over here. Let me see what this is. That's 2-inch right there. I don't think that's quarter wall though. That might work. My son did good, guys. I was very proud of him. Anywho, something like that, or we'll get some 2-inch DOM. We're going to have to get 2-inch DOM anyway for the sleeves. Anyway, we got the rear drive shaft is going to be, we got a hack and tap, a year ago, Iron Rock Off-Road hack and tap that enables you to put a front drive shaft in the rear. So that's what we're going to do with that. Already test fitted it, it'll work, be perfect actually, and that's what we're going to do with that. Let me take you out here and show you what we did to the Jeep. It's amazing, ain't it? Just moving that rear end back, trimming that rear quarter, how much tire clearance it gave it. A lot. It makes those tires look really, really small now on my Jeep. So you go on this side. You can flex it all the way up now on this side and the rear till that tire is lifted off the ground on the other side of the rear, and it doesn't touch anything. I had to cut the quarter off because I had put foam in there a couple years ago to keep the mud out of it, and that shit was wanting to catch on fire, and it will not bend over with that foam in there. So It is what it is. We cut it out of there, dug all that mud out of it anyway, and we'll build a panel to go back up in there. It did work pretty good though, putting that foam in there to seal it up. I mean, it's clean up in there. Most of the mud was up in this panel here, which wasn't sealed, but that foam was wanting to catch on fire on me. So what we're going to do is we're going to come on back here to match the fender, take this off, pinch that in, and then build another panel to go underneath here on both sides. But next weekend, I don't know guys, it's going to be iffy for the next 10 days with me on the Jeep, because my son just graduated from the Marine Corps, and I got 10 days to spend with him before he's gone for who knows how long. You know, he may be gone for years without seeing him. So I don't know if I'll get on it this week or this next weekend, but you'll see how things progress. You know, I'll make a video when I start to do something, but I'm definitely gonna make a video on installing the rear truss and installing the ladder bar setup the way I do it. And that curve I was talking about, putting that angle in that lower, the upper link is going to match this line right here basically. But on the inside, you know what I'm saying, where it'll fold up and the flat area be up in here still, and then it'll start making its transition up to the top of the bracket, kind of like at that angle, however long it turns out to be, to where it can, you know, where it can collapse up into the body without, you don't want it touching anything. But anyway, that's all I've done. We're also going to get on this. I'm going to put some gas cans back here and do away with this tire carrier, because when we get the 40s, we're not going to be able to carry a spare tire. Unless we do, unless we put a 35 on the back, and that's another good reason with the locking hubs. We can move tires around and put a smaller tire on the front right here and just unlock the hubs, which they'll be unlocked on the highway anyway, and still be able to put a smaller tire on it with it locked and all, because we can just unlock the hubs and drive it. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. I don't really need a spare, but you really never know. But we'll see on that deal, no promises. But next, when we get the rear trussed up, brake lines, all that done in the back, I'm gonna get a gusset set up for this, for the C's, tube sleeves, and my little truss that I made. And we're gonna box in the upper control arm, box in the lower control arms, do all that on the front end, and then go from there. Also thinking about, while we got it apart, taking this cover off, and I'm going to make a threaded plate of some sort somehow. I'm thinking about doing this anyway, and I'm going to make stiffeners for the caps to go right through here. Go in and contact the caps for the carrier. You screw them in, torque them down to like 20 foot-pounds or something, and then you lock them down to hold tight, hold the caps more rigid, because this is cast iron. It's pretty rigid. It's braced up pretty good, so that'll help with the carrier wanting to kick out of there and ruining the ring gear. I don't know, no promises on that either. You know how it is, guys. You get 100,000 ideas in your head and you do like a quarter of it. But it's fun to think about it, and it's fun to talk about it. And but we're definitely going to put gussets on the C's, and we're going to sleeve it definitely, put my truss on it definitely, and box in it, all the control arms and stuff definitely. So all that is definitely going to be done. And then we'll order the tires, and I'm planning on being done with her by the end of November. And we're going to go hit some trails. I cranked it up again yesterday or last night just to listen to it, and we still got to finish the methanol injection kit. We got to finish that. Got to do something with the battery, and I still got to do the breather. I'm going to get that uni filter for it. It's a sock filter that goes down in here. I'll find it when I get it. I'll let you guys know what I think about it, but it's a sock filter that goes down in here, Then you got one that goes inside here, little foam filter. Then we'll do away with the air box, and that'll bring my confidence of it sucking in water up a lot higher because we won't have this anymore. I've actually gotten water in it, but it got in through the crack of around the air box from being in that deep of water. I went in one time and I come out and there was water standing on top of the intake down in the valley of it, and a little bit of water got in the breather through the crack. Anyway guys, I guess that's it. I'm fixing to roll out. I thought I'd make y'all a video before I left and show you all the stuff that we did or that we bought. Some good stuff. I like the rough stuff. Ladder bar, that sucker is tough. And I like the iron rock truss. I should have did that when I had the rear end out before, but you know how it is. You can only do so much at one time. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. We'll holler at you later, man. Alright, bye.